When did someone's excuse not add up? My 6-year-old son started coming home from daycare with scratches on his arms, and I thought it was just normal playground roughhousing. Boy, was I wrong. Every single day my son was coming home with new marks. What started as little scratches turned into deeper gouges, always on his arms and legs. Never his face, never his torso, just where clothes could cover them. He'd flinch when our neighbor walked their golden retriever past our house. This kid who used to beg me for a puppy. His teacher mentioned he fell outside again, but something felt off about how she said it, like she was reading from a script. He started wearing long sleeves in 90-degree weather, refused to wear shorts even in our own backyard. My sister swore I was just being paranoid. Boys play rough, Sarah. You can't bubble wrap him. But when my son screamed when I tried to turn off his bedroom light, my maternal instincts weren't whispering. They were screaming. So I did what any rational mother would do in this situation. I started observing his every move. Daycare drop-off was the first battle I noticed. He would practically glue himself to the car door, begging me not to leave him. The daycare director just smiled that fake smile. Separation anxiety is perfectly normal at this age, but this wasn't separation anxiety. This was terror. Pure terror. I caught him practicing running around our kitchen table one evening, just running in circles, timing himself with his toy watch, muttering, "Faster, faster, I have to be faster." When I asked what he was doing, he froze, just playing, mommy, but his left eye had a slight twitch, the kind only adults get. Then came the day I'll never forget. I was folding laundry when I heard him in his room, talking to his stuffed dinosaur. His little voice was so serious. "If you're very good and very quiet, she won't make you visit Max." My blood went cold. Maximum. Who the hell was Max? I tried to keep my voice casual when I asked him about it at dinner. His whole body went rigid. The fork fell from his hand. "Nobody, mom. Just a game." His eyes darted to the door like he was calculating if he could run. My 6-year-old was looking for escape routes in his own home. That night, I checked his arms while he slept, counted 17 different wounds in various stages of healing. Some looked fresh, some were scabbing over, but that wasn't even the worst part, because there was a pattern. 4 parallel marks, like something had raked across his skin. The daycare kept insisting he was accident-prone, but I'd seen accident injuries. These weren't accidents. I started documenting everything, taking photos of each new mark, writing down his behavior changes. He stopped playing outside at home. He'd just stand at the sliding glass door, scanning the backyard for full minutes before stepping out. Started having accidents again. Hadn't wet the bed since he was 3. I found him sleeping in his closet one night and said it was safer in small spaces. When I mentioned maybe switching daycares, he broke down completely. "No, mommy, please." She said if I leave, Max will find me. Max knows where we live. Something inside me snapped. My baby was being hurt by someone at that daycare. Someone who was threatening him. Someone who had introduced him to this Max, who had my son practicing escape routes and checking door locks. I called the daycare receptionist asking about any new staff members, any volunteers, any special visitors named Max. She acted confused. "We don't have anyone named Max here." And there was something about the way she said it made me think she was telling the truth, but still, I had to see it for myself. So I called in sick to work the next day. Parked across from the daycare at 11 a.m., right when they'd be going outside. I watched the kids file out to the playground, watched my son hang back, trying to hide behind his teacher. Then I saw it. A beat-up truck in the side lot with dog crates in the back. Big crates, the kind for large breeds. My heart was pounding as one of the daycare workers, the young one who always seemed frazzled, walked over to the truck. I followed as she led my son around the building, away from the other kids, away from the cameras. He was dragging his feet, shoulders shaking. I crept closer, phone recording, and what I saw made me physically ill. She was forcing him to train her rescue dog, this massive, snarling pit mix that she kept calling Max. "Children need to learn boundaries with animals," she said, her voice eerily calm as the dog lunged at my baby. "If he runs, Max chases. If he stays still, Max respects him." The dog was wearing a muzzle, but she reached down and removed it. The muzzle doesn't teach real lessons. My 6-year-old was frozen in place, tears streaming down his face as this untrained, aggressive animal jumped on him, scratched him, snapped at his arms. She just stood there, arms crossed, watching. "Stop crying, Tyler. You're making him more excited." When my son tried to back away, she grabbed his shoulder and pushed him forward. "We're not done. 10 more minutes. You need to learn." I could see old bite marks on her own arms. This woman was using terrified children to try to rehabilitate a dangerous dog, using my baby as a training tool. I called 911 right there, but instead of arresting her, the officers told me there was no evidence that she intended to harm the children. That's when I knew I had to take matters into my own hands. Full story on channel, link below.